I don't know why I still end up finding myself downstairs from time to time, but oh well, I'm not complaining. Got a good light on my face anyway. Anyway, hello mate, it is the 22nd, 23rd of March even. Just got to get the date right. We're getting really far into the year without me even realising. I was looking at when I started writing my FMP script, and it was actually January the 13th, so I've been working on it for over 2 months. Maybe I've procrastinated a little bit on it, but yeah, it's been over 2 months since I started to write it. And yeah, it probably is one of the best things I've wrote. I'm going to start shooting that hopefully on Wednesday. Anyway, your question was about old music, whether it was why, or something along the lines of why is more music popular than it is now. I mean, it's tough to know what will age well, because let me just tell you, there are plenty of songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s that are actually quite bad, and now the few that were good are the ones that, you know, are well remembered and are nostalgic. But I do see what you mean when you say that there isn't too much music released nowadays that will age well. Gangnam Style faded off the map, and pretty much every other song from this decade has suffered more or less the same fate. Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think there'll be a lot of well-remembered music. I mean, it's alright, I suppose. It's better than last decade music from, you know, the 2010s, because we've moved on to more rock poppy, trying to recapture the 80s really, but epically failing. But it's better than the gangster rap from last decade, I think. But yeah, I don't think any music from the last decade will hold up as long as music from the 50s has, and I don't think a lot of music nowadays will live up to what the music back then would have. Yeah, but music from back then, way better than what it is today, and also the artists as well, because they're actually known for their music back then. Nowadays, not really. I don't know many bands or music acts at all, and few I know their names more than I know their songs, which isn't a good thing. I know who Ed Sheeran is, I know what he looks like. I don't know any of his songs. I don't know whether that's a fail on my part for not being in touch, or a fail on his part for not putting his music out well enough to a very wide audience, but yeah, I may just be living in the past from my music taste, but yeah, I don't know a single song Ed Sheeran's done. And I'm not really going to look forward to listening to them, because it's probably not going to be well remembered in like 30 years, or maybe even 10 years. I mean, you remember Scissor Sisters? Do you remember Snow Patrol? Like, they were last decade, and they're not really remembered nowadays, so you don't know what will age well and what isn't going to age well. But let me tell you right now, as a last point to this long answer, it is very easy to say if something's good back then that it will age well. That goes for movies as well as music. I can tell that pretty much every Best Picture winner over the last decade, I'm just running them through in my head, yeah, every Best Picture winner will have been forgotten about in a decade. I'd say the most memorable one, probably Birdman of the decade, Best Picture winner, and well, Interstellar's gonna be well more remembered than Birdman by that point. So yeah, you can tell what's going to be more well remembered only after a few years. And my question to you, Matt, to do with sort of this whole music, whole debacle thingy, what is your favourite old song? Not song at the moment, I just mean old classic song. Mine's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It has been for yonks now. I did say early on in the series it wasn't Bohemian Rhapsody my favourite song, but that was at the moment, well, back then. My all-time favourite song is Bohemian Rhapsody, so I'm wondering, what is your all-time favourite old song? So today's review is going to be of The Wolf of Wall Street, another movie that probably will be way more remembered than 12 Years a Slave, which won the Best Picture Oscar. Kind of on the same wavelength here, aren't we, with the whole vlog. Yeah, but let's just get into why it probably will be more well remembered. Right, so it's a biographical movie about a stockbroker played by Leonardo DiCaprio who just rises from nothing to being the most financially well-off person in America. But behind all their lavish lifestyle, they live a drugged up life. Everyone hates them, and they don't really do a lot of their job, and they get in trouble with the police. It's just the American dream, really. So it pretty much depicts the life of this character. I don't remember their name, but I mean, it's Leonardo DiCaprio's character. He makes him his own. I completely retract what I said in the first year about DiCaprio being one of those actors who just plays the same role, because I was naive back then. I was naive, so I'm gonna retract that whole comment. He's a brilliant actor. Definitely deserved to win Best Actor in this performance, because he can pull off everything. He can pull off the suave, cool nature of his character, but he can also pull off the really angry scenes and the really comedic scenes, because there are a lot of comedic moments with every single character in this movie. It's a weird movie in my opinion. It's got some bits that are really drama based, some bits that are quite sort of mystery based, not in terms of crime. I mean, just you have to, you know, piece together a lot of what the characters said before and later on in the movie, and obviously a lot of comedic elements as well, which make it a bit of a weird film. And I don't mean that in a kind of way that it's not hard to follow. It is pretty easy to follow, actually. It's pretty well paced and very well edited, I must say. I mean, the editing with this movie and how they get a lot of the dialogue, like the characters voicing it over and then they go in saying it as on screen, that's just great. I love that. But the thing is, the movie has a definite beginning, which is brilliant. I love the beginning of the movie. Like, from obviously the start of it until like he, you know, gets big. That is flawless in my opinion, because it introduces a lot of very memorable characters, memorable lines, and it shows DiCaprio as sort of a lower class of this business, going up to, you know, the height of it, which is really good, and it's got a lot of mentors in that time, mentors a lot of other people, a lot of funny scenes. But then once he becomes the boss of this industry, the movie sort of, I mean, it is a biographical film, so I will say you can't necessarily make a solid 3-act structure with this sort of biographical film, because it's what happens in real life. But the movie does feel a little less well paced, and it doesn't feel as joined together in the second and third acts. There isn't much of a story to go off for a long time to hold your attention. I mean, it does hold your attention in a way with the comedy and the characters, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't have much of a story towards the end. There is a bit of a story on how he's sort of made a few dealings which are illegal, but I mean, it would be explained. It'd be better if I knew what the stockbroking industry is, which I don't. So the movie did educate me a bit on it, but I still am a bit confused as to why there are a lot of the criminal activities the business was doing at a point. But yeah, it did make for a bit of a confusing second and third act. I mean, I'm not saying that biographical films aren't good and they can't follow a 3-act structure, because they can, but yeah, there's certainly a bit of a disjointment to the acts in this movie. Also, I suppose Well, DiCaprio is good, and Matthew McConaughey's character in the beginning is also really good. Um, and there's another character who is his head of security. The character's dad who gets really angry, and that's really funny. But I don't know, the other characters, while they do their funny lines, aren't very memorable, and that is capped off by Margot Robbie, who, while adorably sexy she is, she just can't act. Sorry, her voice just grinds on me. No matter what accent she does, it just grinds on me. And yeah, Jonah Hill and the other actors as well. I mean, they play their roles alright, but yeah, they're a little bit not memorable. I suppose this movie falls into the same trap as Dark Knight for me, where I can tell it's a brilliant movie, but there is something holding it back from hitting that personal note with me, which it may be to do with the story, it may be to do with the memorability of the characters, but yeah, it is there. Also, I must point this out here, I would not have understood this movie, even a year and a half ago. Well, okay, maybe 2 years ago. Like 2.5 years ago. No, it's just a lot of humour and story elements that are just, I mean, yeah, it is an 18, hard 18, probably even close to an R18 rating. But yeah, really adult movie. And it does take its toll with it. The F words get a bit repetitive after a while. But yeah, it's doesn't hit that personal note. Good, without any alcohol shots, but something holding it back from being a very, very, very good movie to me. So yeah, it kind of falls into that same trap as Dark Knight. Really good, but just doesn't hit that note with me. But anyway, thanks for watching the vlog, Matt, and I'll see you on Saturday. Oh yeah, by the way, good job with the half marathon.